Hi, Bobby here, and I'm just going to leave the track running in the background because this improvisation concept idea is all about sequences. So you maybe heard it said before that some players don't like sequences to sound too kind of sequency or to sound too scalar or scale-like. I know Scott Henderson is kind of known for saying that, but you can in improvisation utilize sequences and kind of make them sound more like phrases. You know, if you experiment with the rhythm, so you can use a fundamental sequence, but you can experiment with the rhythm and displace the rhythm and syncopate in order to make it sound more like a musical statement than a sequence, you know, like a calculated sequence of numbers. So just to give you a demonstration, if we take this backing track is just a D minor 7th amp, so we're in D Dorian, the people's favourite, all of our harmonic information coming from the parent scale of C major. Now if you take a sequence like this that you may already know, where you're descending the scale in thirds, so you can play this anywhere on the neck. I'm opting to play it, well, let's just play it here. So we go for... yeah, until we run out of frets. You may know that there's a descending version as well, where you go, so I'm using some hammer-ons and pull-offs to make it a bit more legato. There's nothing wrong with using that sequence kind of wholesale in a solo. Absolutely fine to do that. You know, I mean, that would sound something like this. That's fine. You know, descending version be something like I played it in a different position there. It's just 3 notes per string. You know, this is kind of if you know your fretboard well enough, then you will be at an advantage. It's actually really hard to talk and over this backing track, but what you can do, you could experiment with breaking up the rhythm. So you could take this kind of core sequence wherever you want to play it. What I did there, I wasn't thinking too much about the rhythm as such, but I was following the sequence and just kind of displacing the rhythm. You know, I'll go for another one. So something like this, maybe like a... something like that, you know. Obviously I'm combining some minor pentatonic stuff in there as well. And the beauty of that is you're creating a lot of tension. You know, there's so much emphasis, and rightly so, on focusing on chord tones, targeting chord tones. But what I'm doing there, I'm not really thinking about the chord tones I'm using. I'm deliberately creating tension. You know, so I might land on a 4th on a strong beat, or I might land on a 6th on a strong beat. I'm not really thinking about that, because sometimes an interesting rhythm can carry a less interesting melody. So, you know, we're actually using tension here. That rhythm, I'm trying to break it down. It's like a sort of ba 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 ba. Let's try that. Still using the sequence. try descending. So something like this. Yeah. I deviated from it a little bit there. Or we could do like a grouping of like 5/4. Well, it would kind of sound like this. I love this rhythm, by the way. This. That's kind of inspired by Nuno Bettencourt. You know, the horn breakdown on Get the Funk Out. That kind of 5/4 thing. I love the sound of that. So, you know, applying that to different scale positions. That was a different thing then. So what were we doing? This is all going to be completely unedited. Yeah, stuff like that. And obviously you can hide it even more than that. So, you know, you could kind of go into... So it kind of it kind of sounds just more like a phrase, more like a musical phrase than, you know, that kind of here comes the sequence type thing. So, yeah, maybe try a couple more. Stuff like that. So, you know, the other important thing is you don't have to start on the 1, so you don't have to go like... You could sit it out. You know, next time it comes around, maybe start on a 2. Don't think too much about it. 1. A lot more interesting than just kind of running the sequence, or even, you know, kind of renouncing the concept of sequences. You know, don't listen to people who say, oh, don't use sequences, they're going to sound kind of scalar, they're going to sound kind of contrived. This is a way to kind of musically use them, and you can use this concept as a limitation exercise. You know, stick on a backing track and just try these out exclusively. Take some time to, at the end, you know, just play without thinking about constraints and without thinking about parameters, and, you know, just see how these kind of work their way into your playing. Of course, it doesn't have to be this sequence, it could be any sequence. You know, let's take a pentatonic thing like this sort of thing I like to do. What is it? Yeah, something like that. It's kind of that Carly Simon. I mean, that's nice on its own, but you could break it up rhythmically. It just makes it a lot more interesting. So, try out some of those ideas. Yeah, maybe even any kind of pentatonic sequence that that was a grouping of 5s that I think I stole from Sam Bell. Let's I mean, that sounds fine on its own. But let's give it a little bit of treatment with the old displacement. Wait for it to come round to the 1 again. So I'm not even sure if I played that sequence exactly then, but it doesn't matter. If you're using the sequence as a kind of springboard, as a platform just to inspire you, then that can be enough. So just a bit of food for thought. I'm going to make a few of these videos with just kind of improvisation tips, not in any order of difficulty or anything like that, but just taking a concept that you might already know and getting more mileage out of it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy that, hopefully you get some use out of it, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys. you've ever wanted to play the blues with all the emotion of your favourite guitarists, or if you're keen to join in at a jam night and just need a bit more confidence, Absolute Blues Guitar has you covered. We offer an immersive course, and whether you're a beginner or an experienced player, we're committed to making an authentic blues guitarist out of you. Everything we teach is broken down note for note, written out in tab and standard notation, and accompanied by high quality backing tracks. We give you all the tools you need to play classic blues and beyond. There really is nothing missing. My name's Bobby Harrison, I'll be your teacher, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you inside.